Okay, so I believe I'm recording. What I want to do is show you how to get your data from SONA. So you're going to go to your SONA, log in. So I'm going to pick one of my studies that I think is inactive. Yeah, usefulness of the psychology. Okay. Click on your study, and then what you'll do is you'll go to study menu, download. You want to download the pre-screen responses. You also want to download your survey responses because you want to match those two. So download the pre-screen responses. Want to get the key first of all because that tells you what the questions were. We're going to get that as a CSV file. And then we're also going to get the data. And we do want to click this box, include only numeric value, because that's what SPSS wants to see. We want it for all dates, and we're going to click submit. And that's our pre-screen data and pre-screen key. Now we're going to go back to the study menu and click on download survey responses. Again, we want the, so that's your survey key. And we want the data, and we want the numeric values. That's why you remember for all your questions, you said that they were numeric. And we got all dates, and we click submit. Okay, so those are the 4 files that you need. I highly recommend that you start a data folder inside of your capstone folder. So you're going to have your individual folders, which I have all in folder. And if I just had my folder, I would make a data folder right here by doing new folder. Yeah. There it is. And then you drag and drop these files right into that folder. Okay, so you have the files saved, and then what you're going to do is move them into SPSS. So we're going to turn on SPSS. And I would work with the data files in SPSS. You don't have to bring the key files in. That's just for you to have, and you can open those actually in Google Sheets if you want to, if you need to be reminded of what a particular variable is. So here in SPSS, we are going to say that we're going to, let's see, what are we going to do? There's a couple different ways to do it. I think we could do new data set here. And then you go to File, and my computer is slowing down a little bit. Okay, there we go. Import data is what we want. And we got the CSV file. That's what we downloaded. And so now you've to find it. And it's in my downloads. And it should be here somewhere. Here we go. Survey data, survey key. I want to start with the pre-screen. I just saw it, pre-screen data. And this shows you, this window shows what it's looking like. That looks pretty orderly. I usually do a little bit of trial and error here, and I just say, I just go with the defaults and I say okay, and I see what happens. Most of the time it works. If it doesn't, then you can go back and troubleshoot. But here you can see that it put the data in the correct column, and you can just see that because everything that's in this column looks like it's ethnicity, everything in this column looks like gender. Let's see here. This is, again, the pre-screen. So this isn't the pre-screen. Is it? Oh, yes, it is. Okay. And so probably what you want is the ethnicity, the gender, the age. Maybe you want number of years in college. That's probably what most people want in terms of demographics. Okay, so the important thing here is going to be this ID code, because that is the code that's going to allow you to match your pre-screen data to the data that you got in your survey. So now what I would do is I would save this, save as pre-screen, spring 20. I'm just going to save it on my desktop for now. And we're going to save it like that. Because now I want to import the actual data. Again, we're going to go CSV. That was in the downloads. Look for it, survey data. It's generating the preview. It looks okay. I say okay. And again, we've got a nice file that brought everything in properly. Yeah, the important thing is, even though I told it that the first line was the variable name, it doesn't seem to, well, it has pulled it for some things, start time, end time, but not for my variables. This is why the key is so very important, because the key is going to tell, oh, okay, variable 6, the one after this one, is question 1. Now it should follow an orderly fashion, but I have had experiences where there's a little bit of mix up between some of the columns. So you definitely want to look at your key and make sure that you label this file according to what the key says. So for example, let's see here. If we go back here, I'm just going to drag and drop my survey key here. And then I'm going to ask it to open with Google Sheet. This is very interesting. Oh, okay. Here we go. This is going down, not across. So CE question 1. Huh. Interesting. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. And then here's the question text. This is not very easy to match up because this is saying CE question 1, which I believe is this one. So it may not be as straightforward as it should be to match up your key with your data. This is where we get back to the labeling of the variables, and maybe I didn't label my variables correctly, I'm not sure, but we'll find out when you download your data. Okay, so that was the main thing that I had to show you, with how to get your data off of SONA and into SPSS. Then the fun starts with doing some analyses. My recommendation is that I would love for you to rest next week, spring break. If you feel like tinkering around with the data, of course, you're more than welcome to do that. And yeah, take a look at it, do some histograms, explore it, run some tests even. You cannot break it, you will not mess anything up. If you come to me the break and say, okay, I did these various things, is this where I should be going? Then we can have that conversation. We can also have the conversation starting from, okay, my data are in SPSS and I don't know what to do now. We can also start with, I am having trouble getting it out of SONA and getting it into SPSS. So wherever you are, we can work on it. Okay, that's it. Thank you.